Hello. If you'd like to be able to make thick, creamy, luscious smoothies, but you don't know which brand of blender to buy, then continue watching for a comparison of these two high-end blenders. It's the Vitamix versus the Blendtec, and I am Michael Osofsky. We'll begin with a comparison of feature and function. Then you'll see which of those features actually makes a difference when it comes to preparing a very thick smoothie. Of course, if you're a busy person, you'll want to stick around and see which one is the easiest to clean. Once you see it for yourself, I think it will become very clear which brand reigns supreme, despite their similar prices. These are both blenders that are designed for use in the home. The Vitamix 5200, the Blendtec ES3. As you can see, the Blendtec is quite a bit shorter at 15 inches, whereas the Vitamix is 20.5 inches. This is important if your shelves are low or you don't have a lot of counter space. However, you might end up finding when I clean it that the extra height on the Vitamix helps keep the lid cleaner. In terms of weight, the Blendtec is 8 pounds, and the Vitamix is 10 pounds and 9 ounces. That's important if you've got weak upper body strength, although most of the time you're just going to be handling the pitchers. The Vitamix pitcher is a little bit heavier because it has a weight here on the bottom. Now notice the difference in the top. The Blendtec has a square top, and the Vitamix is round, and it has a pouring spout. A couple of other little differences. The Vitamix is designed to hide extra power cable by winding it around the base and securing it with these fasteners. And the Blendtec has a digital display that counts the number of times that you've used the device. This is a nice feature because it makes you feel like you're competing for a high score in a healthy eating. Two other couple of important differences. The Blendtec is said to have a motor capable of 3 horsepower, whereas the Vitamix just 2. However, the Vitamix ships with a plastic tamper. As you will see in a moment, these last two differences fundamentally set one of these blenders significantly apart from the other. Will it blend? Have you seen those Will it blend videos from Blendtec? In each one, the founder of Blendtec blends something unusual. Did you know that a Blendtec with its 3 horsepower motor is capable of blending DVDs, iPhones, golf clubs, and even diamonds? Well, I think those videos are hilarious, just like everybody else. But I typically prefer to make fruit smoothies, as you may as well. So we are going to prepare the thickest, creamiest, most luscious smoothie that I know. The mango fig almond smoothie. What makes this smoothie so thick is that it has a lot of mango and very little liquid. But that shouldn't be any problem for you, right, Blendtec? With your 3 horsepower motor? Let's see how you do. Mango, fig, almond, orange juice, and they say to put the ice in last. So that the wet and soft ingredients are on the bottom. Now, Blendtec actually makes it pretty easy to prepare a smoothie. After all, there's a button called Smoothie. Well, folks, at this point, what you may have noticed is that the ingredients have actually stopped circulating. This is a problem that over at Blendtec they refer to as cavitation. You and I might refer to that as an air pocket, maybe. Anyway, it's times like these that I find myself really itching to pull out my Vitamix tamper. However, if you read the Blendtec website, it clearly says that there is no need for any such plunger, as they refer to it. All right, if you say so. What we can do, however, is click the pulse button. More cavitation. Or we can try the variable speed. All else fails, sometimes I find that you just gotta kind of tap it to get rid of that air pocket. Honestly, that's about the best that I am usually able to do with the Blendtec on a very thick smoothie. So, why don't we let the Vitamix have its turn? Vitamix also recommends that you put the ice in last, but I'm actually going to put the ice in first so that you can see the roll of the tamper. Mango, fig, almond, orange juice. Now the operation isn't quite as straightforward as the Blendtec with its one smoothie button. But with the Vitamix, you set it to variable speed, you turn it on, then you slowly increase the speed on the variable dial, and then you flip it to high. Voila! You saw the same problems with air pockets or cavitation, but with the use of the tamper, I was able to help continually circulate the ingredients so that eventually it caught everything blended smoothly, and then the blades was able to do all of the rest of the work. So, shall we pour? First, the Blendtec. Now this is a very thick smoothie, so I'm usually going to need the help of my plastic spoon. Now that's despite the fact that Blendtec told us there was no need for a messy plunger. If I have to dirty up a spoon, I've got a mess anyways. What's the difference? Also, notice that the rim of the pitcher on the Blendtec is square. Sometimes what that means is a very thick smoothie might slosh out over the side and splatter onto the counter. Try not to do that this time. But I'm having to be pretty careful. Now, the Vitamix. Notice how it has a round rim, and notice the function of the pouring spout, how it cleanly pours into the glass. Now, why don't you have a look at the difference in the consistency? Do you notice how much smoother and homogeneous is the Vitamix? Taste test. Unfortunately, my straw is blocked by the bits and pieces that the Blendtec couldn't chop up. Vitamix. The smoothie draws cleanly up that straw, and that is a thick, creamy, and luscious smoothie. There you have it, folks. The proof is in the smoothie. There is one other consideration, though, and this could mean the difference between you getting the benefit out of your expensive high-end blender and it's sitting on the shelf collecting dust. Cleanup. Although the Vitamix prides itself a bit more on its self-cleaning benefit, the truth is the Blendtec and the Vitamix are actually pretty straightforward to clean. Couple of little exceptions. When it comes to the Blendtec, the lid tends to get a little bit dirtier because there are cracks and they can tend to get smoothie up in them, and then I have to wash the crevices, which is no fun. By contrast with the Vitamix, the design of the lid is a little better, and because the Vitamix is so tall, the mixture tends not to get up close to the lid, and so it doesn't get dirty. However, you do have to clean this tamper. That's usually not a problem. Now, the fun stuff. All we have to do to clean both of these devices is to pour enough water to cover the blade, add a drop of soap, and then make soap smoothie. They're fairly clean at this point. Of course, you would want to rinse them out and scrub a little bit along the rims, but for the most part, you've cleaned these devices. In fact, they've almost cleaned themselves. These blades are so powerful that they spin and they slosh the water up, and they can actually heat. In fact, some of the other recipes for both of these blenders are soups, believe it or not. So these are wonderful in terms of cleaning themselves. The Vitamix is a little bit easier to clean, but both of them actually clean themselves quite nicely. And again, cleanup is absolutely key. If you're a busy person and your device is not easy to clean, it will wind up on that shelf and you won't use it. You won't receive the benefit. At this point, it's probably pretty obvious which brand of blender I recommend. Whether it was through my demonstration, my logical reasoning, or perhaps just my sarcasm, you've probably come to realize that I recommend the Vitamix. Blendtec, you asked the right question. Will it blend? However, I don't want to blend diamonds. I want to blend food. I'm not disputing your superior motor. Heck, Blendtec, I bet you could even blend a Vitamix. But if I'm going to be able to drink your smoothie at this point, I'm going to have to pass it through my Vitamix. Don't let viral will it blend videos fool you. Ask yourself what matters to you and which of these companies is more focused on what you care about. What matters to Blendtec? Well, if you look at their About page on their website, it mentions their founder 8 times and extols the genius of his many inventions. By contrast, on the Vitamix website, their About page talks about their mission to produce the world's best performing and most reliable blending equipment. And guess how many times they mentioned their founder? Once. The best choice to make a thick, creamy, luscious mango fig almond smoothie is a Vitamix. And if you would like to order one, you can online. And if you'd like a discount on the shipping, feel free to contact me. And if I have a discount code, I'd be happy to provide that to you. So, I wish you peace, joy, happiness, all blended into one with a Vitamix, of course.